great to have you with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. This is episode number 186, Walk in the Light. Have you ever spent very much time with someone who is just perpetually gloomy? I'm talking Eeyore or Pigpen, the kid who always walks around with this cloud of dust around him. Just everything is gloomy. Everything is terrible. The Chicken Little, the sky is falling. They just never have one good thing to say. There isn't very much light in their world. They're just the gloom and doom of the world. And I think sometimes some of those people, they don't even know what they're doing. Or, one of my least favorites, someone who just walks in the door and brings chaos with them. Just, oh my goodness, and you came by and oh, it was terrible, and oh, my star's alive, and oh, yeah. And they make sure that everybody around them gets all cranked up too, and it's just like, oh, they're perpetually flustered, and they just never really get anything done because they're so busy being, you know. Um, and then the perpetually angry person, I don't care what you say, you're not going to tell me, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm fine. And what do you mean I sound angry? And I'm not angry. I don't know what you're talking about. Wow. Yeah, these people, honey, and there are plenty of them. I just want you to know. Yes, some of them are my coworkers, some of them are my family members. Yeah, there are definitely people like that in the world. You need to help your child understand the principle that you can be the light. You don't have to be the dark, and you don't even have to put up with the dark. You can bring some light. Whether that light is the bright shining face of joy, or whether that light is the lighthearted element of humor, however that light comes, you, as a human being, and your child have the possibility of being some light in the world. If you go somewhere with which you are unfamiliar, let's say the Grand Canyon, and you go there the first time and it's dark. Yeah, I mean, seriously, unless there's a full moon, you're not going to see anything, and it's going to be pretty dangerous. You go in the light in the morning, and oh, it is awe-inspiring. It is truly a wonder to behold. And there's an element of safety because you see all the places where there's potential for you to be hurt or injured. If you go to Niagara Falls, now granted they have lights on, but 100 years ago when they didn't, or somewhere as simple as out into the woods, in the dark, it can be a pretty scary place. And you can't see where you're going, and you don't know what wonders are there to behold. But you bring light, or you come in the light. It's an entirely different thing. They don't show houses at midnight because who wants to go somewhere like that in the dark? They do it in the daytime so you can see the light coming in and the colors and the beauty of the home and the layout. There is a reason why, as human beings, we look to light. Let me describe something to you about light that I really love. I've always loved this about light. Light is a source of energy. Light is a source of heat, of warmth. And light is a source that allows us to see. It illuminates. You want your child to walk in the light. So here's the principle for them. All of us have bad days. Every single solitary one of us, we have bad days. That's okay. You know my language. It's your turn to be human today. It's really okay occasionally to have a bad day. If your whole life is just one long continuous bad day for weeks and months and years, yeah, that's so not okay. And nor does it need to be. You can get a hold of that, and you need to. So, first of all, mom and dad, if you're the one who's constantly bringing dark, knock it off. I'm just going to say that to you as one adult, as one parent to another. Knock it off. Seriously. Go to an anger management class. Get on an antidepressant. Go to a counselor and deal with your junky attitude and resolve. Listen to last week's episode about rules of engagement. Resolve what's going on in your life that's making you so cotton picking miserable. And quit walking around in the dark all the time and quit bringing dark onto everybody else's world. Don't carry your own little rain cloud with you and the thunder's going and the lightning bolts are hitting people. Cut it out. Really. I mean it. Stop. If your child is that sort of a person and you've allowed it to go on and they're 8, 9, 10, or God help us all, 14 or 15, it's going to be a challenge for you, but still, it is an area in which you can help your child understand the principle of walking in the light. I'm not talking some, little Susie Sunshine, put your head in the sand like an ostrich and don't really look at anything that's real so you can just be as happy-go-lucky as anything. That's not what I mean. That's not what I'm trying to describe to you. What I am trying to describe to you is every single one of us gets to choose how we approach life. We really, truly do. We have an essential personality with which we are born. I get that. Some people are a little more, I'll use the word depressive or negative. That just is a part of who they are. And still, you can learn and your child can learn how to look at life with the viewpoint of light. How in the world do you do it? I'm so glad you asked. One of those things is by teaching your child to be thankful. There is a lot to be thankful for. There truly is. You have 2 eyes, you can see. You have 2 ears, you can hear. You have a mouth which you can speak. Oh, and eat, and sing, and laugh. I mean, really, a mouth is a good gift. You have a healthy, strong body. You have 2 hands. You have 2 feet. And even if you don't, frankly, you can still have an amazing attitude. Again, I'm going to give you the link at the bottom and you're going to see what I mean if you're willing to go listen to this young man speak to you. Yeah. You have people who love you. You have a roof over your head. You have a bed in which to sleep. You have food in your tummy. You have shoes on your feet. You have clothes. Most of us have more clothes than we even know what to do with, and we go buy more much of the time. There's a lot to be thankful for. The sun came up today. You have a job. I don't care if you're working at McDonald's, but you actually have a job. Or as a child, you have a school to go to and you have friends, you have classmates, you have a teacher, you have a dog, you have a cat, you have a mouse, you have a hamster, you have a rabbit, you have a snake. Oh my word, shall I go on and on and on and on about all the things that we have? Yes, you can look at the great riches of your life and you can be thankful. And you can laugh. You have any idea what a great gift it is to laugh? As I've told you before, I'm pretty serious by nature. That just is who I am. I was born serious and I've improved on it dramatically since then. I am a serious person. I have a son who is such a goofball. Oh my stars alive. He was born like that. He's hilarious. He really should be a stand-up comedian. He's the funniest guy on the face of the earth. And I am constantly laughing when I'm in his presence, even now as an adult. You need to laugh. You need to find the funny in whatever there is funny in, okay? You need to find the wonder in whatever is wonderful around you. You need to find the amazement in whatever is amazing. You do need to find what is bright and good and positive in the world. And then you need to be a great part of that light. So as I often tell kids, a new person comes to class, you should make it your personal goal to show kindness to that new student, to help that new student along and find his or her way, to befriend that new student. They might not be your best bud, but you know what? They might be. You don't know yet. So you definitely need to give them a chance. All of us need to take that attitude, whether that means we're, pardon me, whoo! Whether that means we're in a club, we're at church, we're involved with people at our work, we participate with other people on a project. We should be looking amongst all of those people with as much light as we can. We should be the person that brings the great attitude, and we need to help our children understand this principle. We should be the person who brings enthusiasm. We should be the person who brings peace and agreement between others who might rub each other the wrong way or who have very differing kinds of ideas. We can be the voice of compromise. We can be the voice of peace. We can be the one who is bringing people together rather than separating them and pushing them apart. All of us have the opportunity to walk in the light and even to be the light in a situation. It isn't can we, it is will we. In your own home today, mom, dad, are you the light? Are you the voice of encouragement, the voice of support? Are you the one who can make a joke and kind of laugh and say, oh my lands, we spilled the milk again? Well, it's certainly a good thing that I've had plenty of practice at this. I'm pretty good at it now. Yeah. How are you taking things as they go? Are you demonstrating to your child that you have a sense of humor, that you can be at peace, that you can be the voice of calm and reason, that you can be the one who helps to bring unity rather than cause division and trouble? You have the opportunity to be light in your world, and so does your child. It's entirely up to you how you approach things, how you speak to others, and how you interact with them. You're not responsible for how they speak to you or interact with you, but you are fully responsible for the way in which you interact with them and the way that you speak to them. So today, be the light, walk in the light, be the warmth and the energy and the illumination in your world. Thank you for being with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button. Let me share a special word for those of you who call yourselves Christians, followers of Jesus Christ, believers in a different way of living. God calls us to be light in a dark world. And I think that's exactly what he expects of us. Even when we ourselves are challenged, having difficult times, facing a number of problems, really feel stretched and pulled and not at our best, we have the power of the Holy Spirit of the living God within us and the beauty of the light of Jesus Christ that we can see and understand, that illuminates our minds and spirits, our very worlds. And we have the possibility, far beyond anything we can imagine, to be light in this world.